Hello, good evening, Sunita.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. How are you?
First of all, no need to call me ma'am. You can call me Mosina. My name is Mosina.
Okay, such a lovely name. What does it mean?
It means virtuous. Virtuous.
Virtuous.
Yeah,
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So, yes, I was eagerly waiting to connect with you. And yes, we are here, and I'm really happy about it because I knew that you are also a housewife, mother of two kids, and I can completely resonate with you. That is why I was so eager to meet you.
exactly. Likewise, I can also resonate, and we are on the same boat, right? So I'm
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
quite excited to meet you. I have watched some of your videos, and I can resonate that you have also the hunger. The hunger I also have. So I thought that no, it's high time to connect to her, and I just want to talk to you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, let us start with a formal introduction and then we'll go forward.
Okay, I am Mohsina. I am talking to you from Assam. I have done graduation BA. Moreover, I am a homemaker, mother of two kids, and I have I have started guiding some of the learners since January this year. Simultaneously, I am a YouTuber as well. Recently, I started last month. The name of English with Mohsina.
Amazing. So our journey is quite same, like copy paste. Right.
Actually, yeah,
So I just need to change my name. My name, as you already know, Sunita Rawat, and
yeah.
I hail from Uttarakhand, mother to two boys, and I also run a YouTube channel named Sunita's English Adventure. And I think we both have same kind of niche. We both deal into conversational videos only, right?
Just I started my YouTube channel in the month of November from 16th of.
Okay. Okay. So just now only you have started. So how is it going on?
Yeah, it's going on so far. Although I have not made lots of videos so far,
Mm-hmm.
I'm making both solo videos and both conversational videos as well. But when it comes to making this kind of videos, I'm quite new here. So as you know that when you do something new, we all feel uncomfortable, right? So
Right.
I thought that no, I should do both because
Mhm.
speaking in front of the camera, making the solo video is a different thing. And when it comes to talking to someone on video call, that is also kind of different thing. So I thought that
Hmm.
I should do both so that I can become better with time and practice.
Right. So parallelly, you can become better at both of the things, right? And when I started making solo videos, I also used to take many retakes while making those videos. And for 10 minutes of video that I post on YouTube, I used to take like 2 hours for making 10 minutes of video
Uh,
initially. But now it has become little easy for me because I've become comfortable making solo videos. And as we, keep on exposing ourselves to new things, new vocabulary, English, and slowly and gradually we become better at it. So that is why it is fine now and I'm comfortable at it.
means I have acknowledged that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to feel little bit nervous as well. As well as we do something regularly, it becomes our habit. Then it becomes spontaneous. Now
Hmm.
that's why I accept if I make mistakes because after all we are human being. And with time and when it becomes spontaneous, then you feel comfortable, right?
Right, right, absolutely. And it's just a language, and moreover, it's not our first language. So we are definitely going to make some mistakes, right? Although we are better than native speakers because they don't even know grammar, but we know at least some of it. So we are better than them. So that's a proud thing for us, and that is enough. But it's just that whatever mistakes we are making, we have to work upon that. We have to rectify all those mistakes. But yes, when we are at an intermediate level, we need to focus on accuracy now.
I'd like to know about your English journey. And did you study in English medium school or Hindi medium?
I was in English medium school only, but there was no speaking environment. Like we were exposed to textbook and then we used to write our exams in English only. So somehow it benefited me, but there was no speaking environment, so I was not really good at speaking. Whatever we used to speak in English, all that came from cramming only, like on stage. I used to go on stage and giving these speeches, extempore. I used to take participate in. So that was all crammed up thing. but no
Okay.
everyday conversations. But then I started it recently, like from August, I've started it. And since then, I've been continuously conversing with people through YouTube, through Skype. And this is how I've improved my communication skills. So, yes, I've also realized that speaking is the most important thing if you want to be fluent in English. So, I've been doing this and I'm getting better at it. So, my goal is to keep continuing in this journey, like speaking journey.
But I have studied entirely in my native language. That is not Hindi, it is Assamese because I belong to Assam. That's why.
Mhm.
English is my fourth language. Hindi is my third language. uh,
All right. So
why?
we can say that you are, what do we call that? Polyglot, who
Mm,
have knowledge of different languages, right? More than
yes,
two languages.
I can speak four languages, including.
Hmm. So do you find it difficult to manage like every other language, or are you fluent at all these languages, like all these four languages, or
I
you
am
have forgotten some of them?
Mm, I'm completely fluent in Assamese and Bengali. When it
Mm-hmm.
comes to Hindi, I can say that I'm 95% fluent. I can talk to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Although if I talk a lot, sometimes I feel that little bit I struggle. I don't feel that much 100% comfortable like the way I feel comfortable speaking in my mother tongue. But
Mm-hmm.
I can easily convey my message. I can talk. I can say that I'm comfortable. And now
Mm-hmm.
when it's English, in English as well, I can say that now I do have the confidence. I have even spoken to many native speakers as well. They understand me. I can also understand them. I struggled when it comes to learning the vocabulary. As you have mentioned, you have studied in English medium school. So, although you didn't speak in English, you didn't get the environment, but all the subject you have studied in English medium school. So, you knew how to frame the sentences, or already you had the vocabulary with you. But when it comes to me, I started my journey from zero. I even
Mm-hmm.
write well. When I read, I could not comprehend well. So I have struggled each and every portion when it comes to learning
Right.
language.
Right. But now you have become really fluent. So the struggle is worth it. And initially everyone struggles with all these kind of things like vocabulary, reading, writing, because this is something new for them. And whenever you try something new, you definitely struggle. But with this consistent practice, you become better. That you have also proved that, right?
Exactly. When
Mm.
the hunger to learn and determination, perseverance, and most
Mm-hmm.
power. When we start believing ourselves that no, I can do it. And
Mm-hmm.
now this era, mobile phone is ubiquitous. It is present everywhere. So now it is easy. I had the dream to learn this language when I was in college, but we didn't have the opportunity then. We didn't have the smartphone. But now we can learn anything, whatever the dream or whatever the interest we have. Just we have to get some time for that.
Right, right. So did you face any challenges when you started this journey?
Exactly as I told you that I had the full of hunger and craziness to learn this language. Although as a homemaker, as you can also resonate that being a mother of two kids, we have lots of things on our plates. But somehow I had in my mind, this is my priority. Now I want to improve myself. Now my children, they have grown up, they both go to school. So while doing the dishes, while cooking, I started using my earphone and listening in English. In this way, although it is challenging, but every day I practice anyhow.
Yes, it is challenging for me too. Even still, it is challenging. And I rarely get any time to expose myself to English content. So I watch content while rolling, chapatis and while doing my house chores. So I'm also doing like this only. And slowly and gradually, with the speed of a snail, I'm just going on, right? So, like us, many women out there are struggling to develop their English and to just acquire this English language. Everyone knows that English is very prominent and it has much importance in our life in this fast paced world today. But still, they are not able to do because they are struggling with lot many things. As you've already mentioned, that housewives have a lot in their plate. So that is why they are not able to do. Recently, I got a comment from a housewife that she want to start her journey, but she doesn't know like how to start. So, can you provide some of the tips here?
When it comes to learning a language, see, I started resonating my journey when it comes to learning Hindi language. Although when I started learning this language, I started searching on YouTube that how to become fluent in English. But I pondered, I started contemplating how have I learned Hindi, because I was born and raised in village. No one spoke in Hindi in my place. I started watching cartoons. Then when I grew up, I started watching serials, movies. By watching and listening, I started learning Hindi language. Then I started thinking that if I want to learn this language, at first I should listen and I must understand. Then only I can speak. So I would suggest those all homemakers who wants to learn this language, start listening. And if we want to get something in life, we have to sacrifice something. I would tell you that if something is not that much important, I just reject it. I don't go somewhere if it is not that much important, because now my priority is that I want to become proficient in this language. It is my dream. I want to become proficient tutor. Then I want to become proficient communication skill coach. So once you have the dream, then you have to make out the time. You have to create the environment. So while folding the clothes, doing house chores, you can start using your earphone. In this way, start listening. After listening for a couple of months, definitely it will become effortless to understand. Then start thinking in your mind in English. Now, even if I don't talk to anyone, every time English goes in my mind, because the whole day I describe inside my mind in English. So
Mhm.
once we do it, then it becomes so effortless to speak as well. And definitely, we must take out some time to talk to someone. And one main point I can say, if we have kids, that is blessing for us. We can practice with our kids. I talk to my children. So I can suggest with other homemakers that if you have kids, start talking to them. Whatever the English you know, it may be simple sentences, just start speaking without any hesitation. Then, definitely, with time and practice, you will start enjoying the process. Then, no one will be there who can stop you. Now, no one can stop me from here.
And I must say that, as you already mentioned, that we have to set priorities. So I must say that housewives who are into entertainment, like who are into watching daily soaps, and they need to compromise with it and set their priority and watch something informative, watch something that they can learn from. So they can just replace their daily soaps with English content only. Initially, they'll feel overwhelmed because they'll not be able to understand things, they'll not be able to, enjoy it, but gradually you will be able to do so because you have to experiment with different kind of content which soever interest you and then keep on doing that. Like these days I'm watching this Bollywood Wives on Netflix. It's a very nice show for me because I can completely resonate with it. It's full of entertainment and and the whole dose of English you'll get here. Very nice vocabulary, advanced vocabulary you'll get. So I'm just learning English as well and an entertainment at the same time is happening. So that's a wonderful show. If somebody would like to replace daily soap with this Bollywood vibes, it would be a perfect thing for them. And yes, so as you already mentioned, that kids are blessings. So yes, they are not going to judge you, right? Because initially people are very apprehensive of judgment and how will people react to them and this societal stigma that how would people label them. So there is no feeling of judgment. So yes, practice your English with your kids and learn with them because they'll also learn in the process. Sing rhymes to them, learn and sing rhymes. And while learning rhymes, you are learning new vocabularies as well.
Mhm.
Storytelling would also help in structuring your thoughts as well, right? So there are many things that you can do with your kids only.
Even we played sometimes of games, for example, word.
Hmm.
My daughter will say apple, then I'll have to say some word with E. Then if
Hmm.
I say something effort, then she will say with T. In this way, my daughter enjoys. Sometimes we play the describing games. For example, we have to describe about something, but we are not going to tell the word or name.
Hmm.
We have to guessing word. So in this way we play and learn as
That's
well.
the best way to memorize vocabulary, right?
Mm,
Because these days, what we are doing, we are just watching and we are just listening to things. This is something we called passive practice, but we are not using it or we are not applying it into our speaking. But by following this approach, by playing games around it, you can memorize all these vocabulary and you can actually use it in your speaking, right? So that's
right.
the best thing.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
how do you improve your vocabulary? As you have mentioned, you watch that shows. After watching, do you write it down? Do you jot down?
Yes, while watching these shows, whatever new words I come across or whatever I think that I can actually use this in my speaking, I write all those in my notepad in phone. So I just minimize my notepad while watching that show and instantly I write it there. And later on, when I am free, I search about all those words and I make sentences around it and sentences that I can actually use in my everyday conversation or whatever setting I'm going into, like these conversational videos. So I'm not making sentences like from anywhere, but some practical sentences I'm making. So this is how it is helping me. Other than this, whatever books I read, and then again, some functional vocabulary wherever I get, I just note it down and I find its meaning, its synonyms, antonyms, and I make sentences around it. And deliberately, I try to incorporate all that into my speaking.
That is the thing I have struggled, I can say. Although I know lots of vocabulary, even I know lots of advanced vocabulary as well. But somehow I notice that I'm not able to use that much. But
Mm-hmm.
I have accepted that this language is completely new for me as I have entirely studied in vernacular medium. So it will take time, but I have improved a lot. If I compare
Mm-hmm.
myself a year ago or 6 months ago, day by day I'm improving. So that's why I'm happy. I'm contented.
Mm. I'm also not able to use all the vocabularies that I've learned till now. But
Yes.
I don't feel bad about it because what would be the next step? I need to revise all those vocabularies so that maybe in next conversation it might it might hit my head and then I can speak about it.
Mm. And one help I got from it that whenever someone is using any advanced vocabulary or idiom or phrases, I understand easily. I can comprehend them.
Hmm. Right. That is also important because when somebody is using lot many idioms, lot many advanced vocabulary, we are not able to follow them, then the conversation will go dull.
True, true. And what are your new resolutions, New Year resolutions? Do you have anything on your plate?
Although I don't believe in resolutions and I never made any resolution even before this also, and I'm not going to do it anyway. But yes, I believe in settings, short-term goals, right?
Okay. Hmm.
So I will be more into reading. Like I've started reading, I must say not a long back, but since last week. I've been continuously reading books and I am deliberately developing that interest in reading because earlier than this I used to feel sleepy whenever I picked any book I used to feel really sleepy and then I quit reading. But now I'm doing it intentionally. So I'll just keep on doing this in New Year as well.
I'm also thinking in this way that in the upcoming year, although I had some resolution last year as well, and finally I accomplished that dream to become a YouTuber. I had the dream that before the end of 2024 I'll start my YouTube channel, and I started giving classes as well. But now my resolution is that I have to make the habit. Although I'm writing, I write, but I have not developed the habit the way I want to be. I have developed the habit of reading books. I have read lots of books after started learning this language, and it has helped me to improve my pronunciation, my way of speaking. I read book aloud, mostly the story books. When I read in a way so that it helps my pronunciation, my way of speaking. Apart from that, I have read self-help book as well. But now my resolution is that anyhow I have to make the habit of writing.
Mhm.
While writing, we can use lots of vocabulary, our sentence formation. And once we make the habit of writing every day, then while speaking, it will also come spontaneously.
Right, right. And when people say that they forget words while speaking, so with this writing and reading practice, they would be able to overcome this problem. Because there you are consciously using all the vocabularies that you have learned. You have enough time to think about this and to recall all the words. And when we use it in our writing, then it will naturally come to our speaking as well. Like whatever way you write, whatever structure you follow, it will come to your speaking too.
As we don't have the environment, natural environment, we don't speak English, or we don't need to speak in our surrounding. That's why I believe that we all have to follow all the skills, and I include the thinking as well. I have been
Mm,
following this pattern: at first listening, then thinking in our mind in English, then start speaking whatever you know, then simultaneously try to read every day at least few pages, and writing. These all help us if you want to
mm.
improve faster.
Right, absolutely. In a holistic manner, then you need to touch every aspect of learning.
Yes.
So, how much time do you spend on daily basis on English?
These days, I'm not talking to every day with anyone. But as I mentioned with you that I listen in English. Anyhow, I listen some contents or podcast or some videos. I talk to my children in English. And if I can manage, then I talk to some of my friends. And I'm not uploading videos every day. So whenever someone approaches me, then I talk to them. Or otherwise, I can't say fixed time in this way. I have
Mm-hmm.
my own contents, doing
Mm-hmm.
sources. I'm not getting that much of time. And as you know that in the winter season, the day become shorter, right?
Right,
Becomes quite difficult.
right. The day becomes shorter and we also feel lethargic. We don't
Exactly.
want to get off our bed and we want to just snuggle in the blanket. So that is why it becomes really difficult for us to practice in winters with the same dedication that we used to do in winters, right? Sorry, in summers.
Summer, yeah, true, true. And
Right.
how many sessions do you take every day?
So at least one,
Oh,
and if I get some time, so 2 to 3.
okay, yeah.
Depends.
I'm getting this. There's some approach. I'm thinking, no, at least if I can make one video every day, although
Mhm.
if I don't upload every day, still it will help me, because before I was not doing it. After starting my YouTube channel, then I started conversing with people on video call. Before I
Mhm.
was not doing this kind of conversation.
But this is definitely going to help because you meet many people from different walks of life. You learn from their perspective as well. You get a platform to share your perspective. So it's an amazing platform, I must say.
Yes, exactly true.
Mhm. Right. So for people who don't get much time to practice, what would be your suggestion for them? Because you already told me that you yourself don't get much time to practice your English, right? So what suggestion would you like to provide here?
There are some ways, and if there is a will, there is a way. I can tell my own experience. People have to find out their way, right? So when I go somewhere, in that time also I take my earphone and I start listening. I think that why should I waste my time? If I
Mhm.
go to a doctor, then also I take one of my books. I think that at least rather than just watching here and there, I can read few pages. So you have to make a routine and plan. And discipline is also important. I also have realized that thing. When I make a plan for next 7 days, these are the things I'm going to do. I can do it very easily, effortlessly, because after completing few tasks, I have that in my mind that I need to do it. But if
Mhm.
there is no plan, if there is no routine, then we just mess up. So I would
Right.
suggest, if you have the dream, at least for a couple of months, try to do some effort, because without effort, nothing happens, right? Like
Right.
a bed of roses. I have
Mhm.
looked at it, right? So those
Right,
people
right.
who have gotten the success in life, they have put in lots of hard work. Then only they have gotten the success. And I
So true.
have read the book of Shiv Khera. The book name is You Can Win. I would suggest everyone to read that book, and it is so easy to understand. So Shiv
Mhm.
Khera has mentioned that those people who are loser, they don't want to get up early in the morning. Those people who are winners, they also don't want to get up early, although they get up because they know that I do have this responsibility, I do have this dream, so I must get up. So that is the thing I just tell myself, and I get up.
That's so thought provoking things that you have just said. And I was just feeling, when you started, I was just feeling like, am I loser? Because you said that those who are loser, they don't get up early. So I just considered myself as a loser. And then you said those who are winners, they also don't get up early. Then I said, okay. But yes, that action is really very important. You have to get up if you want to succeed in life.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
see, sometimes as a human being, I also have noticed and realized, although we do have dreams, sometimes we also feel lethargic. We also sometimes can't give that much of time how much we want to give or devote. But it's okay. We have to accept, but don't take a break for long period of time. Again,
Right.
push yourself. And if you have the self motivation from your inside, then definitely you can do it. And when it comes to gaining something, when it comes to learning this language as well, no one should have the dream that okay, within these 3 months I must be fluent or perfect. Just try to see your progress. Are you progressing or not, rather than thinking about the perfection. It's a process, it takes some time. See,
Right.
it's
Absolutely.
2.5 years I have been practicing this language. Still I feel that there is room for improvement. I have to learn this thing, that thing. But when I compare myself before, I wasn't able to talk like this, right? Now I'm talking to you through video call, and I can talk to
Mhm.
anyone in English. Although I don't feel that much 100% comfortable, and it is natural. It's been more than 30 years I have been speaking my mother tongue. So how can I expect to feel that much comfortable within 2.5 years? But now I can convey my message. So
Right.
that is, yeah.
So yes, when you started from scratch and now you are able to express yourself fluently, that's a big achievement, I must say.